Hey guys, it's Joe from the Real PB Reviews with our Christmas spirit. The Penziani right here. I'm just going to put it right here. Alright, and reviewing the Vibe, the Smart Parts Vibe, or GOG Envy, as of now, I guess. And also Blackheart Vibe, because I have a Blackheart board in here. So let's talk about packaging. It comes in this cardboard box, two-piece. It's like a cardboard outside shell, and just, random stuff on it. It shows all the features. Slide this out. Comes in a nice little box with a clear plastic in front. You can see the gun. This kind of works as a case too. You can take it to the field and protect your gun from the elements. That's the packaging. All the stuff that came in here, like the Allen wrenches, the lube, all that came in here. It comes with a gun, the barrel sock, the Allen keys, and some lube. Mine came with some lube. Then the barrel over here. It comes with an 11-inch nice quarter barrel. It's a little bit too short for my taste, but for a beginner, he won't really notice. This is the thing. And here we have the actual marker. And unfortunately, I don't have the stock barrel with me, but it was an 11-inch ported barrel, black. It's okay, but I don't even think it says the bore on it. I don't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't very small. I upgraded a CP barrel, 3-barrel. I definitely recommend it. $30. So overall, the feeling of the gun. The gun is pretty comfortable. It comes with this nice little rubber cover for the reg and wraparound grips. It's actually really comfortable, really easy to hold, And overall, it has a lot of rubber, where the contact points are. Right here has a little, groove. I don't know if they made it to hold but I think it's gonna. For now, moving on to the board, it comes. Some of the older Vibes came with the non-select fire, as in it wouldn't switch, to the new modes. The new modes were 3-shot, full auto, all that, and you couldn't just switch it by touching it. And also, mine is select fire. It comes with semi-automatic, 3-shot, and full auto. But the new GOG MVs come with the same thing, and a mode called Billy Ball, which is 1 ball per second in case you're playing against rentals or you just want to be limited to that speed, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a cool setting, actually. It would work for me personally. When you're playing against rentals, you don't want to shoot streams of paint at them. 1 ball per second. It's pretty cool. Moving on to the reg. The regulator has on this is the, I forget what it's called. I think it's the Max Flow R vertical regulator. And it's the same one. It's basically the same regulator that comes with the Lux, which is a $1,500 gun. And the cool thing about it is it's a good regulator. It's consistent, and it comes with a PRV, a pressure release valve. So in case your tanker or your reg ever fails, it'll just vent the air out 3 little holes right here, and preventing damage to your solenoid, which is kind of cool. It does not have an LPR. It is just unbalanced spool. Moving on to the trigger. It's a composite fit trigger. It's not. I don't think it's adjustable from what I can see. There is a screw here, so I think that's for activation point. That's the only thing I think that is adjustable. Overall, the trigger's pretty snappy and light, but the activation point is too early for me, and you can't adjust that. Like, you pull, click, and then you can keep pulling more, which is not very good, but that's because the micro switch is up here instead of over here. So I guess that's the reason. Also, moving on to the feed neck. Comes with a nice clamping feed neck. It's Ego style, where it has a screw here to hold it in place and a screw on the top to clamp, actually tighten it. It's kind of tall for my taste, and you need to use an Allen key to adjust it, like the bob along ones, or that kind of clips with the wheel where you can adjust it by hand. But it's kind of a pet peeve of mine. But overall, it holds on to any loader pretty much. The only rotor I could not fit in here was the Pinocchio, because it has those ribs. So it did fit, but it was kind of hard. Moving on to the bolt. The bolt is a Venturi style bolt. I personally don't care very much for Venturi because the ball rolls back. With today's pin getting smaller and smaller, the ball rolls back into the bolt, and sometimes if the ball's really small, the eye won't detect it, which is, could lead to double feeds and chops and all that kind of sorts of problem. And efficiency-wise, this gun is, I'm not gonna lie, this gun is kind of a gas hog. That's a tendency of unbalanced spools. They use a lot of air. I get around 800 to 700 shots on a 60-4500. Usually it's 800, around 800. And I mean, for some people it's okay, but in case you're playing long scenarios and stuff like that, it won't last very long. Half a case at the most. Well, less than half a case actually. Moving on to the barrel. Oh, we already said barrel. Sorry about that. I have written down on a piece of paper right here. Long review. Anyways, the eyes. When it's stock, the Vibe does not have eyes. But if you upgrade to the Blackheart board, which GOG is gonna release soon, that's already been confirmed. But the Blackheart board is a great board. It's a fantastic board. I freaking love it because it has lots of modes, and yeah, it has lots of modes. It has NPPL, select, fire, all 3 modes, adjustable, BPS, semi-adjustable. I don't think it has ramping. I think it does, actually. That's PSP. NXL, Millennium, I'm pretty sure. And also, but when you upgrade to Blackheart board, you get, if you can see that, you get laser eyes, which is a cool addition. And yeah. What are you doing?
I was zooming in on the laser eyes, but
okay.
that's what I was trying to tell you the whole time.
Okay, Alan's going to zoom in on the laser eyes for me.
Yeah, as far as it's going to go, really. But
right,
it's bluer, so I guess you could see it.
I'm sure you can see it. And obviously it has a battery in it. And yeah, the laser eyes are cool, It doesn't add to their performance, but it's a nice little thing to have. Something that the sub $1,000 guns have. And it tells you if your eyes are working. So, yeah. And it's virtually the same board as the Tadao boards. Like the Tadao LED boards, basically the same thing with a few less modes. Same board as in my Mark. Moving on to the ASA, it has a milled metal ASA right here. It looks okay, and it's not on-off, which, you can upgrade that, I guess. But overall, just a standard ASA. It's kind of tight, I found, even when putting oil into it. It's kind of hard to, unscrew my tank. Sometimes the tank gets stuck in there and it actually broke the seal, the Loctite. So make sure whenever you screen your tank, you put a drop of oil or even a little dab of hater sauce or any kind of Dow 33 you may have. Not on the top of the bonnet, on the threads, so that it just screws in and out easier. And moving on to troubleshooting. If your gun's leaking from back here, it can be the bolt cap O-ring. It has an O-ring right here, and if you tighten it too much, sometimes it will rip the O-ring and it will leak down the back. So make sure you tighten it snugly and not over tighten it. If it's doing like a puff kind of shot, then I'd suggest raising the dwell for the Blackheart, and for the Vibe, make sure it's on HPA or CO2, which is the correct dual setting. If it's leaking from the pressure release valve, it's usually the regulator seat. So make sure you replace that. And that's another thing about the Vibe. They have a tendency to shred the reg seats, so make sure you have a few of those spare. And it looks okay. It's just composite with the metal. Also, the grips are wraparound grips, very comfortable. Moving on to the conclusion. Overall, I think for $200, it's a great gun, and I really suggest getting it.